April 19, 1995. A bomb destroyed the United States Federal Building in Oklahoma City. A homemade truck bomb exploded, rocking the 9-story building, killing 168 and injuring countless more. Hundreds of firefighters, rescue specialists, and doctors worked around the clock in hopes of finding survivors under the tons of rubble. In the first 24 hours, much of the rescue effort was focused on the preschool victims in the building's daycare center. The rescuers began pulling stunned and injured survivors out of the wreckage. But as the hours and days passed, it became less likely anyone still alive would be found.
Our team said they haven't heard anything. Then they have some very sophisticated hearing equipment, and also they've been looking as much as they can, but the building itself, parts of it, is very fragile, and they're having to do it very slowly. They're having to go in and shore up parts of that building so they can get into some areas, so it's a very delicate situation.
The rescue workers came to save the living, but too often brought out the dead. As rescue efforts continued, the people of Oklahoma City gathered in prayer for the victims of the man-made tragedy.
We have been ruthlessly cut off from those we love and cherish. Bless us, O God.
Police officials had very little to go on, other than 2 composite drawings of potential suspects. Just after the manhunt began, law enforcement officials announced that they had a man in custody. Shortly after the bombing, a man had been detained by the Oklahoma Highway Patrol for driving a car without a license plate. While in custody, the authorities noticed a strong resemblance between the man and one of the FBI composite drawings. The suspect, Timothy McVeigh, was held in El Reno prison. McVeigh, a former soldier and Gulf War veteran, was questioned before being arraigned on charges related to the bombing in Oklahoma City. Police found forensic evidence in McVeigh's car that linked him to the bombing.
Most people here are still shocked by evidence that the bombing was apparently the work of American conspirators, an enemy within.
Another man, Terry Nichols, who was a friend of McVeigh's, was also charged as an accomplice to the crime. While searching Nichols' home, police found a stash of weapons and materials they believed could have been used in the building of a bomb. The bombing in Oklahoma City on April 19, 1995, shook all of America. For the first time in history, terrorism had struck the heartland.